real talk. Yo, real talk. Hold on, real talk. Fucked up. Real talk. I was looking at Flex like, he's finished. Right? I was like, and I'm talking to Red like, yo, Red, he's really gonna go over there and go to the dance station? And he goes, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do.
That's right.
Remember that? So anyway, because of that, I became like the fill-in, you know, so, you know, so thank you to you.
He thought he got it. He thought he had
You know what I mean?
He thought he had
You're not going to do that.
For a quick second.
No, he filled in for Red Alert on Kiss.
I was doing that. I was doing that way before that.
Let's paint the picture of the city at the time. What is this, 92?
91?
No,
91, 92.
You know,
91, 92.
So,
Around that time.
So there was no, BLS didn't have a stable rap show. They had Marley, they had Chuck, and then after Chuck it got loose.
Nah, no, it got loose before that. If you remember when your man Vinnie Brown flipped on me, and because that's when I had the album out on Polygram, and I went and sat with Frankie, and Frankie played the album, and Vinnie heard me over there, and he flipped out.
But that was a good show you
and
had.
That's when me and you left and went over to BLS. Remember we was on Friday and Saturday, ran Molly out of it. You forgot about that, right?
No, I didn't forget. But I'm saying there's Molly, there's Magic, let me in the order. Mr. Magic, then Molly came in. He didn't want to DJ. He brought Clark Kent.
So this is the BLS Kiss. This is the BLS Kiss FM days now.
Right, and this is
That was 88. That was 88. That was 88, 87. He talking
But
about.
at this time, BLS and Kiss are competition. That's what we have to be clear.
Absolutely.
It was me and Red against Molly and Magic.
Yeah, after they let us go at BLS never got another stable rap show.
Yeah,
it was like in and out.
I want to repeat though, in case, because I feel like it doesn't get enough attention. In those days, there were 2 radio stations, and people like myself, growing up in New York, had to wait until a Friday night or a Saturday night after 9 o'clock
9 to midnight.
To hear it.
to even listen to rap or hip hop or anything of the such. And that was the only.
Crazy
it was the
same. Me and Red was crazy back then.
It was the same in the street where, you know, like that was what you were into nonstop. You had your tape over and over, just like we listened to the aux chord over and over, whatever particular song. But we could only get new content.
And slang.
On 2 different days. And slang.
And Friday and Saturday, and they wouldn't let us.
Night.
They wouldn't let us
And
talk.
only for a
they
few
wouldn't let
hours.
us talk on the mic back then either.
When Hot flipped the switch, was that 93 or 94?
It was the end of 93 into 94.
And I was in college.
That's when
and
BLS
that
said they
was
weren't playing no more rap.
The explosion, like that was like an explosion of the mind. Like I can get hip hop at 3 p.m.
That took years though.
That took years.
No, it did take years.
So who was the
As soon
first?
as Hot 97 flipped the switch, that shit was on in the street.
But y'all don't
because
know.
everybody was like, yo, I'm listening to Wu-Tang Clan at 3 in the afternoon.
It took time because it was only on midnight to 2.
It was in college and we was listening. Maybe every mass, but in college we was listening.
Bugsy had moved to afternoons, and I think Angie had got middays. And then Eric B. for President, they first put throwbacks in, and Eric B. for President spun. And I called, I said, Joe, I remember when I said that, I said, yo, we sound like Kiss FM now. We sound like, because Kiss FM was the bar. You need to sound like them, or he wasn't hot. And he wasn't good. And she says, nah, no, this sounds crazy, right? I said, nah, it just sounds crazy in the street.
K-Day was the first.
K-Day was the
dude,
first.
Greg, I can't remember his name. I mean, him was talking all the time. Greg something, Mac.
But I'm going to tell you about the thing about K-Day. K-Day didn't figure out how to make money off of it.
Yeah. Well,
KMEL...
Because I went out there.
Because actually Sway...
When I went
K-Day's
out
LA
there,
and
when I went out there,
KMEL 's
that's when I met Ice-T and Evil E and all those guys. You talking, this 83, they was playing rap 24 hours on the AM station.
KMEL understood how to make money. I don't remember at the time that company was called... I forgot. But
That was the one that was in Oakland, right? KMEL, right?
Yeah, but what was it? What was it?
That was when they had the station was in the storefront.
There was something before Clear Channel. It was AM FM. No. AM FM. They were called AM FM. Clear Channel was called AM FM, and that's the station that they owned. But what people forget is, but PGC WPGC was the leader in the space because we played every record that WPGC played.
That's DC area?
Because DC
DC
was close to New York.
Yeah.
And that's the station that Judy was copying, because that's the station that Judy was copying to try and figure it out. But see, Kiss and BLS don't get a certain credit.
But were those stations playing, they weren't playing hip hop all day long.
Who's that?
They were,
Kiss and
PGC and
BLS?
KML
No.
was playing a lot of rap. They were playing a lot of rap.
Yeah,
No, but
PGC was playing rap. Yeah.
they was
all day
still,
long.
But
They
this
was throwing joints in.
dabbling.
We just got more credit for it because those stations were still called the People Station, or KML was called KML, the such and such station. Hot 97 cheated because once they said where hip hop lives, then we got the press. But we weren't really playing more hip hop than a PGC or a KML, but they never embraced the title, the name, and since they embraced the name, they get the credit for it. But there were other. There was K-Day. K-Day was a big deal in New York.
Yeah,
because
I remember going out there in
because people-
80 and 83.
that was a big deal.
And I was like, yo, they playing rap 24 hours.
And people didn't believe.
And I
that
was
they
like, yo,
explained to
they
people.
need to do this in New York. You know,
Yeah.
that's when I first met
I
Ice-T
never
and
knew that.
Evil E out there. This is 83, 84.
And Kiss was a carbon copy of another Kiss station in Atlanta. Like that was Dick Clark owned.
See, the only thing I remember when
Dick Clark
me
used to
and
own
Red was in the Roxy's, and the Barry Mail cat came up to us and he said he wanted to put this rap thing on the radio, and we was like, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't believe you. You know what I mean? But he hands us the card, and I was like, oh shit, the general manager. So Red goes down there the first time, then I went like the following day, and he put us on. But the program director back then, who doesn't get real credit for that, was Tony Q.
No, I played something after.
Or maybe the other
It was like
builder.
Digital Underground's second album. Maybe it was. I wasn't on here yet, but I wasn't at BLS with Chuck anymore either, and it was something Digital Underground had that played that. But I
He was
didn't
playing
remember
Humpty
Pop.
Dance on BLS. That Humpty Dance and that Kid Paris, the Black Panther
I like
cat.
Paris. I like
Yeah.
him. I liked Humpty Dance too. When they was doing that, I don't know if you remember. They used to shut Rock and Soul so Dr. Dre
you remember the night,
back then
you
could
remember-
go in and go through the beats.
You remember the night when Eazy-E came to see me, right? You remember, right? Came on Mike Concepcion,
Yeah, he
remember?
wasn't sick yet,
No, he came that night. He hung out with us.
but he got mad that night
But what?
because somebody.
He had some other rapper named Crazy Name or something.
Nah, I think I'm telling you, he was interviewing him and he brought up Dre.
That's what happened?
He got tight. You turned the mic off for 1 second. And
You remember that?
He said, I remember, he said what he said. Y'all talk, and then he turned the mic back on. Because Dre just left.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you who he was with. Damn.
It was Mike Concepcion. It was him. It was
Nah,
him.
the rappers was the niggas.
Bone
They was
Thugs?
trash.
No, man. No,
His
B.
first hardcore
No,
group.
B. Dude. It was Mike
Something
Concepcion.
187 or
Dude,
crime something.
Dumb niggas.
Yeah,
Dumb
it was a little
niggas.
nervous.
Mike
No.
Concepcion and him.
But you know what it was? Them niggas was real thugs that he put on. They wasn't really rappers. Then he went and found Bone Thugs that was
Yeah,
really
but you don't
rappers.
remember.
You'll be here
He had
forever.
those rappers. He had those rap.
Yeah, I remember it was.
187. It was something. He had a
know
rap.
you're talking
Those
about.
guys came up and they wasn't good, and the record was terrible.
Yeah, but he was cool though. He was cool. He came with Mike Concepcion, man. And like I said, me and him was the only cats playing West Coast rappers. I caught a lot of heat back then.
No, but Chuck played before that.
Yeah, he was playing
Chuck used
straight
to
out
play
of
straight
Stratton,
outta
Compton.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, man. I caught a lot
Out
of heat.
here. So what? So,
I was playing MC Hammer. We was playing
but
Paris.
why were you getting heat off of the straight out of
'cause they was
Compton? What
hating
was
on
the temp?
Yeah, but it was obscure.
Why you playing that, Chuck? The records were hot to me. That's why I played them.
It was, I think it was still territorial.
The drug
too.
dealers was playing.
It was still
NWA.
Chuck always.
Chuck D gave
So
me
that-
the
that
NWA cassette tape.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's how I started playing straight out of Compton and all that, Express Yourself. And like I said, I was real cool with E until he passed. I talked to him all the time on the phone because I met him from Mike Concepcion.
When he passed, what was the temperature like out here for people knowing that he passed? Was it kind of just like,
unfortunately, he was past his prime, so it didn't. It hit the local news. It kind of just went fast. And then everybody was afraid to talk about AIDS.
People were afraid to talk about AIDS at the time.
He
It was almost like
there, too.
taboo. Like we're not talking about
He was
that.
on a station out there too. I can't remember which one it was. But he was on the air out there. I think it was The Beat. I think he was on the
He
Beat.
saw Ice Cube. He came and saw Ice Cube in a tunnel. That one, like 2 weeks before he died, 2 or 3 weeks.
so
Yeah,
to,
but back then, they didn't really embrace a lot of the West Coast cats because they was
They used to
hating.
sneak in here.
They was hating. You know what I mean? But I thought the songs were good. You know what I mean? It was we was playing Paris. We was playing.
I didn't even know that's where he
you
was
know,
from. I like to.
He was from Oakland or California. We was playing him. We was playing Humpty. I was playing MC Hammer. What's that other kid? Sam Snead. I was playing him. We was playing NWA. We was playing DOC.
He was playing Farside.
Yeah,
They
playing
was
all
playing,
that. All that shit was hot.
Farside was later.
That was later on, but I'm talking about the early shit.
You know, the Bay was really in the forefront of the hip hop more than LA. They came into play later with Dre, but
But every time I went out there, because I was cool with Ice-T and all those cats and Mike Concepcion, they always showed me love when I went out there. That's why I couldn't understand where all that nonsense came from. You know what I mean?
did you ever play out there?
oh yeah, like in the
At that
early '90s, I played LA, played but not on the radio. No, oh man, I was on Power 106 for a
He was
couple
on
of
LA.
years.
He was on LA radio for a little while.
And I used to
I used to
play
hear
You
you.
were on there.
I used to come on 12 to 2. Sometimes I'd do it live if I was in town.
But you didn't live out
The
there.
Baker
You were
Boys.
here, and how did you do
How many of
that?
them guys?
They still on the radio.
Syndication.
They were cool.
Syndication.
Yeah, they were cool. I remember them. They was from back in the day. I
Eric
remember
and
them.
Eric and Vic.
Yeah, I remember
Nick
they were
V,
good.
Eric,
They were
yeah.
good dudes. Yeah.
They were good dudes.
I mean, yeah, Tech and Sway out there.
Tech and Sway were very important.
But people was hating, man. Why you playing that? This shit is how I play it.
On the next episode of Salute the DJ.
When I first heard Protect Your Neck, at the end of it, it's like they doing a skit almost like on a radio station thing. Was that like because of the when it dropped to when it actually came out, and then it got popular and they put a real radio bit on it?
No, I'm gonna keep it a buck why the record took so long.